I'm late. It's my fault, totally my fault. I messed up with technology, but sometimes it happens. But at the end, we made it. So we are here live, and we're gonna talk about affiliate marketing. And I have here with me two guests. I have Evan and Eugene Wong, the affiliate brothers. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you for having us. This is awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome.
Thank you. We had to work a little, but at the end, we made it. So we can do this show today, even a little later. All right, guys, you're watching. Let me know if you can listen everything, if you can see us, because we had some technical problems. Just write in the chat if you have any problem, and we'll try to fix it. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show again, and I want to know from you your story, from your own words. Tell me how you ended up working with affiliate marketing and having these great results that I can see in your Facebook group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let me kind of just talk about, because before affiliate marketing, before we started all of this, the affiliate brothers, all the Facebook groups that we have, all the group that we have right now, our YouTube, we actually, we started off with a bunch of different businesses, right? So let me just kind of go over exactly how we started our entrepreneurial journey, right? So for me specifically, because Eugene and I have different stories, so I'm just gonna talk about mine first. So for me specifically, it all started when I entered university. So, up until university, I was, just typically like studying really hard, trying to work my way to that traditional path where you study hard, work hard, get into a good school, and then eventually get into a very stable and secure job, right? So that was the path that I was going to be taking. But in university, I chose this major that I didn't really like, and that's when I felt very lost, very confused. I have no idea what I was doing. I hated what I was studying, and and the worst of all was, I wasn't doing that well in school either. So I was failing a lot of my classes. So, what I thought was the ideal path for me, it seemed like when I went into, college, university, that's when things started to, break down. I don't know. I had no idea what I was doing. And I remember specifically one moment was literally I was about to ride my bike back home, and an email notification popped up, and it was my examination results. Right? And back then I thought, when I saw this email, I'm like, okay, you know what? I studied pretty hard. I know I'm not super smart, but at least I can get a pass. At least like an examination result. Right? And when I opened it, turns out I failed.
Hello, everyone, guys, and welcome to another live.
I saw this email. I'm like, okay, you know what? I almost cried. I felt very lost. I know I'm not super smart, but at least I can get a pass. Right? And I remember just that examination result. And when I opened it, and it turns out I failed. I thought to myself, oh man, what should I do? Like, I'm obviously not good at this thing that I've chosen, right? The studies that I've chosen, and this path, even if I work really hard on it, it might not be the best fit for me, because I'm just not that good at it. So that is when, after that bike ride home, I decided, there's really two things I can do. It's either I continue to work on this thing that I'm not good at, and just be below average in my whole entire life, or I can pivot and try something else and really go hard and find something that I'm really, really passionate and also really, really good at. And that's when I think that day, that's when I kind of personally started, researching more into starting my own online business, right? And of course, throughout that journey, there's been a lot of ups and downs. We dabbled in a lot of businesses. Eugene and I, we met together. I think Eugene can kind of talk a little bit more about his story, how he started.
Yeah, just, long story short, Evan was in college. I was in the typical 9-to-5 job. And just like everyone else out there, I hated it because I was being paid late, like constantly. And I constantly felt like, I'm not really, living or working to my fullest potential. Doing this 9-to-5. So, and then always being ordered by my boss. So I just didn't see how I would have a future sticking with the company that I was in. So that was where, I was very frustrated and at the same time very exhausted. And then I got approached by a friend. Mm-hmm. And that's where I started my first so-called business venture. And I entered a MLM, a network marketing business. Okay. And because in the beginning, I got fascinated by this whole concept of like, financial freedom, earning a lot of money, right? Of course, it's very eye-popping. It sounds very, very attractive. And of course, turned out to be a complete failure. All right, because at that time, we're still using a very traditional way of recruiting people. And that's how we were taught to get our leads. Okay, so just like hitting your friends or family, right? And at that time, you know, I wasn't even living with my family, so it was really, really hard. And I ended up losing a lot of friends. Okay, so that was my first, you know, so-called business venture. But but during that time, I did earn something very important. I would say, I saw my potential and also my interest in running my own business. All right, because my goal is still the same. I want to gain financial freedom, and I knew that, okay, you know what? It didn't work because I wasn't using the right method. Okay, and it made me realize that, you know what, I really needed to go online if I wanted to make this work and I want to be successful in my business. Okay, so just like everyone else, right, started searching online, right, how to make money online, right? I'm sure everyone have done this before, right? And all these different things that comes up. Oh, yeah, data, ways to make money online, data entry, transcription, right? Do translation, surveys, all these different things. And that's where I came across this video where an affiliate marketer was explaining the model of affiliate marketing. All right. At that time, I have absolutely no idea what affiliate marketing was. All right. But to me, that guy seemed very, very honest, right? Not those very like hypey ones and then, you know, made 1K a day type of guy. So I just kept watching it and I was like, hey, maybe this is it. Right? This is what I wanted to do, right? It's because it's so easy and it makes sense. All right. So right away, so after I absorbed all the information, I watched the video and I showed it to Evan, right? And that's where we kind of like started talking about, hey, you know what? Maybe this is something we can do before. And because before affiliate marketing, just like how you know we mentioned earlier, we actually tried a lot of other businesses, and I think Evan can expand a little bit more on that. So.
Can you explain the other kind of businesses that you tried? Because I know that there are many people who want to try affiliate marketing and they reach affiliate marketing in the same way. They try different things and they don't work for them. And at the end, they ended up with affiliate marketing. What did you try first that didn't work for you?
So we've tried 4 separate businesses. The first one was an Amazon FBA. So that was the first one we did, and we were selling these calendars that we thought was going to be low competition, high volume, but turns out it was not. And there's a lot of different things, and it was like not just the fact that we couldn't sell much, it was the whole experience wasn't something that we thought we could do long term. And I'm not saying Amazon FBA is not good or it doesn't work, but it wasn't for us, right? And then also we've tried drop shipping. Wasn't too good there. We've tried we tried a few more businesses that are more offline. That was a more product trading business, more traditional type of business where we're trading products from Korea to Hong Kong, which is where we're at. And that didn't work out as well as we hoped it did. So just like those 2.5 years, like we were trying a bunch of different businesses and it was not working. Like we could barely make money, and even if we did, like we had to reinvest back, right? And the profits that we were working with were so low, and it was it was tough. The hours we were working was a lot as well, and it was a tough situation for us during those times.
Got it. And how was the system that you discovered, this affiliate system that you wanted to try, the new thing that you started working? Can you explain how does it work and what it involves?
Sure. I think actually, our affiliate marketing, it wasn't like, oh yeah, we found this system, we started making money online, we found this guy, we found this system, and then we started making money. Like, no, like it was, so right now we're in around like month 10 or month 11, I think, in affiliate marketing. First 4 months of our affiliate marketing journey, it was hell. Like it was, we were spending time creating content, a lot of content, specifically on YouTube. Okay, YouTube is amazing. Love YouTube. But YouTube takes time, right? Everybody knows that. And for us, we had unrealistic expectations coming into YouTube because we thought, okay, it's not going to take that long, right? Because we're pumping out consistent content. We're going to get it ranked. And then, one of our videos is going to blow up. And then, it's going to go viral. And then, people are going to come in, watch our stuff. And then we're going to get more leads and sales, right? But, of course, that didn't happen. We're pumping out a bunch of content, but nobody was watching it. So that was, first 4 months, YouTube very focused. And also, not only were we spending time, but we're also spending money because we started off doing Facebook ads. Because, people say, okay, you know what, do Facebook ads, have like get them into opt-in page, get them into bridge page, and then, send them to the affiliate offer. That's how you do it.
And put $1 in.
Put $1 in, get $2 out, put the $2
Usual,
in, get $4 out.
Yeah.
So that's like the dream, right? But, the truth with Facebook ads or any type of ads is that, when you dump your first maybe couple $1,000s, it's going to be, unprofitable because you're a lot of testing, a lot of optimizing, a lot of things to involve to really get it going, to really get a profitable ad that actually spits $1 out and $2. Oh, sorry, $1 where you can put $1 in and spit $2 out, right? So that was the first 4 months, putting in time, putting in money. Things weren't working too well, right? So we were very frustrated. We didn't make that many sales, and really, we realized, okay, we had to pivot. In this journey, whether it doesn't matter what business you're doing, there's always going to be failures. Always random things will just pop up. You're always going to have to pivot, right? So we decided, okay, we need to find a way where, number one, I don't have to spend a lot of money. It's like 100% organic, and number two is I need to make sure that I can find a way where it's not algorithm focused, not algorithm dependent, meaning I'm not relying on an algorithm, because with YouTube, we're making videos and we're just posting it, and that's it. I'm waiting for things to happen. I'm waiting for the algorithm to pick it up. I'm waiting for the algorithm to give me some love, and hopefully, a percentage of those views turn into leads, and then hopefully a percentage of those leads turn into sales, right? But the whole process is us hoping and waiting and praying for things to happen. So we have to somehow make sure that, okay, we got to take back control of our business and also make sure we don't have to spend a lot of money on ads, right? So that's when we discovered what we're doing right now and what we've found success with, and that is leveraging Facebook, but leveraging Facebook organically and leveraging the free strategies that you can use with Facebook to generate sales. So that's kind of like the what we went through, and then I think like around February 2020, that's when we started this Facebook organic strategy. I think like Eugene can dive a little bit deeper into the organic side.
Just like what Evans explained, how he explained it. That was where, because when we first started with YouTube, it was a grind, and we are building our audience, but the problem was this whole process with the strategy with YouTube is we're very passive in our business. What I mean by that is that, okay, we got people watching our videos, but we are not getting leads consistently, and there's no way to be able to somehow communicate directly with these leads. Okay, they might be watching it, and we have nothing to get them into our system, so to speak. So that also explained why we're not getting any sales in the beginning. And we were very naive and thought that, oh, you know what, all you need to do is just pump out videos, and then people would just come in, and they just come into our funnels, and then this traffic coming into the funnels would automatically convert into sales, right? That was what everyone, I'm sure, like not just us, everyone thought it would work that way. But that's where, when we come into the organic, this is where we really get to maximize the value of each lead coming in to our system, because that's where people come in. We'll be able to talk to them directly, give them value right away. And the most important thing is to build that, what we always like to say, the know, like, and trust process much faster, so that they feel comfortable sharing about their pain points, which is all we're doing, right? Helping them to find a solution to solve their pain points, to solve the struggles, whatever that is. And so without us having starting with a huge audience of a massive following, that's where we'll be able to really warm up a lot of the leads coming in and be able to close them, to get them to buy our product much faster using that strategy. And everything we do, we didn't spend any Facebook ads or whatever, because people are coming in, they check out our content, they see what we're doing, and people coming in, it was already very warmed up, so to speak. And that's where we had, I would say, start getting results faster and had our first major breakthrough after implementing the strategy. So
yeah, I wanted to ask a question, because you talked about YouTube and Facebook, And I totally get it because I started my YouTube channel something like 2 years ago, and it took a long time to grow, a long time, and you have to work a lot. You have to post so many videos, and you have to try to rearrange your strategy based on what people want to see, want to watch. It's really long. It takes a long time, and I totally agree with you on the fact that YouTube takes long, and Facebook instead is more immediate. I'm listening to you, and I'm checking the comments here on the live, and Gary has the same question that I had that I wanted to ask. So Gary asked, are we talking about Facebook groups, or are we talking about your profile of Facebook? When you're talking about organic traffic, when you're talking about posting new things on Facebook and getting all this organic traffic, are you talking about the profile, personal, or the group?
We're talking about both. So we leverage both in our business. So with the profile, it's really mainly because in the especially when you're just starting off with this Facebook organic, if you're just starting off a Facebook group, it's hard to get people inside your group. The main way you're gonna do it is by leveraging an existing audience, right? So that for us, that might be a YouTube channel, and then we direct them to the Facebook group. But when you're just starting off, like, all these audiences, whatever platform you're in, are very small, right? So what is an active way that you can build your audience and then send them to your Facebook group or your YouTube channel, right? And that is with your Facebook profile, because with your profile, just think about that friends list. Number one, I can actively add people. So I'm actively building my audience, because your friends list is your audience in a sense with your Facebook profile. So that way I have an active way to do that. So I'm not relying on an algorithm, I'm relying on my efforts. Okay. So that is especially in the beginning, a more reliable way to get people to build your audience, right? And then once you've built, add friends, you start getting people checking out your profile. You want to have content in there, because you don't want an empty profile.
Of course.
Right. So when you have content and you add people see that, oh, this guy is delivering some really valuable content, right? Not self-promotion, not spamming links, valuable content. And then also they see that you have a group, and then, they might click on your profile and, oh, okay, I'm going to join your group because this guy has a lot of valuable content. And then another thing that you can do is, okay, you add the person, you can also send them a outreach message or just a welcome message. Hey, thanks for the ad, blah, 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 whatever, just a very casual message. And then through the conversations, you can also invite people into your group. And this is going to be a way where you're not relying on an algorithm. Yes, it's a little bit more inefficient, but it's a really good way to just kickstart your group, your Facebook group. So that's why we say we leverage both.
All right.
I think so we can dive deeper later.
Essentially, basically, what we're trying to do is we pick one major platform, which is Facebook, of course. And what we're doing every single day is we want to build and cultivate our audience before getting into the monetization part. Okay, it's very important, because just like what I said, we want to be talking to people who are what I like to call warmed up, because these are the people where it will be very easy to convert them into buyers, right? Again, it's just like what we always like to say, know, like, and trust. And that is essentially what we're doing. Like, even if you look at, let's say, if you go to our Facebook profile, even though we're putting all this content, but we set it up the way where we get people to join our Facebook group. Because that's where, for Facebook group, it's like your hub. And that's we like to use that analogy to describe our Facebook group. It's like a microwave. Because when we get people in and we put out content, and mostly, usually something we do, let's say Facebook Live, that's more like we get to interact with our audience. Again, building that tribe, building the audience. What we're doing, we try to warm them up, right? And when we're able to do that, that's where we're basically getting followers, getting fans. And that's where, we were able to, all these people in the group are all potential buyers.
Right.
And these are why, and that is exactly what we're doing every single day. And that is why, the profile, it is a way to actually help us get people and get them into our group. And I would say mainly we focus a lot on the group, of course, but it works both ways with the profile and also with the Facebook group, if that makes sense. So
I see. So if I understood well, you have your profile, just to summarize, to sum up everything for the people listening. So you have your profile, your personal profile, and you use it to send friend requests, and you get friends in that group, in that personal profile, and then you start chatting with these people, and you get to know them, if I got it right. And then if they are interested, you suggest them to get into the group. And at the same time, you post content daily on your personal profile to get some organic traffic to the profile.
Correct.
All right. Okay. Got it. And one thing. So, all right, you have a personal profile and you have a Facebook group. How do you create daily content for both of them? And what is different in the content that you create for the personal profile and for the group?
We do create daily content, but for us we like to repurpose. So for us, the Facebook group, how we see it, it's a community, and it's a very powerful place to build know, like, and trust, because it's a two-way communication. So it's not just like me on YouTube on a video saying blah 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 and that's it, right? And on the Facebook group, it's a community, it's a lot of discussions, a lot of people talking, interacting with each other, right? So we want to make sure that our content inside our Facebook group is very interactive. And one of the most interactive things that you can do on Facebook groups is Facebook Lives. Right? I love doing Facebook Lives. We're doing like a daily challenge right now. We're trying to hop on every single day. Now, in terms of the content, the idea of it, so this is how we distribute the personal profile and the group. They're actually similar content, but like I just deliver it in a different format. So the Facebook profile might be a long post, like a written post with an image, and then I actually just do a live on exactly what I wrote about on the personal profile. That way, I'm not creating like a bunch of different content. I'm repurposing. And yes, some people would be like, yeah, isn't it feel like it's repeating? No, it's not, because not everybody's going to see that post. Like it's better for you to repeat it so that it can reach more people actually. So, and also the format that is delivered is better, might be better suited for different people.
I mean, that's the way where, like, it makes it, again, this community, this crew, we want to make it exclusive, right? There's no point like posting like same content in both your profile and in your group when most of the people in the group are your friends. They're able to see that piece of content, right? So again, just like what Evan said, by doing it live, it really gives us a way to interact with them, giving them value, but at the same time, is really to show who we are in front of these people, because that's the only way where we'll be able to build up know, like, and trust fast, because people are able to see us, and sometimes by calling out people's names, right? You see people interact with them, you see a lot of other marketers do that too. Give me a hashtag, or hashtag live, hashtag replay, all these different things. Like, it seems very small, it seems very insignificant, but that interaction that you're doing, and every time you go on live, that really builds up, and it really helps with building that relationship with the people. Because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do, you want to get these people to be following you, and it's not just about you presenting that content. It's really about you having this place where you'll be able to really showcase who you are in front of these people. And I would say this is the biggest factor to get all these people who are watching, and then to turn them to trust you, and then later on eventually potentially to become a buyer. So
totally makes sense. So the group is exclusive. You have content there that creates a community, that creates engagement, where people can talk with each other. And the profile is mostly a way it's like the beginning of the funnel. It's like getting to know the people, and if they're interested in the group, you suggest them to join the group. And this leads me to a question, actually. So you create content that you can repurpose between the profile and the group, but where do you find the content? What kind of content, and how do you find new ideas every day to post something new? How do you do that? Because this is the problem that many people have. They don't know what to post every single day. I know that it's a difficult question, but try your best.
I think in terms of content, you can just keep it very, very simple, okay? Number one, okay? First of all, you have to understand who is your target audience. Who is your target audience, right? And then after you understand your target audience, get a piece of paper, split that in half. On the left side, you write problems, okay? On the right side, you write solutions, right? because your content is about solving problems, right? You want to deliver solutions to people because that's what value is. Value is, if you're able to answer, if you're able to solve your target audience problem, then you're giving them value. So this is what your content should be all about. It's to be all about solving their problems. That's what we do. Like, that's what we do. We look at our target audience, and then we get a piece of paper, split it in half, problems, write all the problems, and then write all the solutions, and that's pretty much a lot of our content. Okay. If you're like, oh, I don't know what my problems are, I don't know what my target audience is, I don't know what problems they might have. What you can do is also content hack, which means you can look at people that are in the similar niche as you, or influencers that are in a similar niche as you, and you can look at their content and see what are the ones that are doing really well. Like if you go to YouTube, you can sort it by hottest video. If you go to your Facebook, you can see which ones are getting a lot of engagement. And you can look at the content idea and see, oh, okay, that idea is pretty interesting. And you can do something similar, but add your own twist to it, right? So that's more, I guess, for people that are still unclear about their target audience. You can just kind of model off other people at first.
Yeah, we do model off a lot of people, but the most important thing is to really incorporate your story. Because honestly, what I mean by that is when you are giving value, like anyone can just come in and just give a piece of advice or give different tips, like on the post. But when you incorporate your story, that really adds another factor, be able to connect with your audience at a deeper level. And this is essentially what you want to do, because you want, not only do you want to give them value, but you also want them to remember it was you who give them that value. And the way to do that is to connect with them with your story, because your story, you're the only one who have that story, right? And this is something that you have to share. And that's something that we always tell people to, what we call to document your journey, because that helps you relate to your target audience much better compared to just showing, let's say, results or how much money you make, because that's what you want, and that's where it drives the engagement. And honestly, why are we putting up all this content? We want a lot of engagement, so that we have a really good reason to outreach those people, reach out to them and connect with them and say, hey, you know what? I saw you, let's say, for example, I saw your comment that you left on my post. Thank you so much. Hey, let's connect more, with each other, and then tell me more about your story, things like that. And that's where we started a conversation. And when you start a conversation, that's where you'll be able to convert that into a sales conversation, and you start talking about the business and talk about the offers. So.
Okay, that's interesting. I want to talk about this, the conversation that leads to the sale, because I'm really interested about that. But before that, I want to do a step back, and let's go back to the personal profile. One thing that I want to have it clear is how you find the people that you send a friend request, where you find those people, and the other thing that I want to know is what is your strategy to talk with these people? You start a chat with all of them, and you try to understand who they are, what they are interested into. Like, you have to chat with all the people, or you have an automated way to do that?
Sorry, Eugene, do you wanna go?
So first, the first question is, where do you find the people that you're gonna add as friends?
You want to go first? First we start with Facebook groups, and just like we always say, it's very important that we understand what our offer really is. And what I mean by that is to really understand what particular pain points that we're able to help our audience to solve with our offer, because a lot of times people are not clear with that. And the reason why I start with this is because it's very important. That allows us to do a better targeting. We know exactly what type of solution the program that we're promoting able to give, and that's where we're able to try to locate the potential buyers who have that particular pain point, and then we find them through the Facebook groups. Like, for example, let's say if just like how we share, we are very big on the organic, right, strategy, and we want to target or get a chance to talk with people who either they are not implementing the organic strategy, they might be doing, let's say, pay advertising, and they might be struggling. And that's where we want to kind of to present them a way where they be able to, hey, you know what? Maybe you need to add an organic strategy to your business, right? Instead of just relying on one. And that's where we kind of like come in with if this fresh angle that really get them to be very interested. And that, again, that's also a way to kind of throw in some hooks and then get them interested. And that's how we're able to continue to have the conversation with them, right? And then, again, lead them to that, right? Maybe throw in some resources and get them to also learn about about the organic. And that's where we can like slowly lead into the offer. So that's one. Okay, Evan can add one more, I guess.
For finding I think like pretty much what Eugene said is not, you gotta first understand who is the best person to sell to for your offer, break that down, and then now see which exact Facebook groups they hang out in.
Right.
And you can really just gauge how depending on, let's say, who is running the Facebook group, the content that is inside. Let's say that's how you can kind of understand what type of audience will be inside that Facebook group. For example, if that Facebook group is from a person or an influencer that talks about promoting ClickFunnels or promoting, ClickBank products, then maybe your product that is trying to sell that talks about high ticket affiliate marketing might not be the best fit. Right? So I think like based off those things, you can really understand what the audience is like inside that Facebook group.
Yeah.
And based off that, you can choose the Facebook groups that you want to target to add friends in.
That's really a good advice. Another way that I'm using, because more or less I'm doing the same thing you're doing, guys. I'm growing my group and I'm starting chats with new friends that I have for my personal profile. Sometimes it's even Facebook telling you what kind of people you can add, because when you scroll the newsfeed, you see a lot of ads, and all the ads are really targeted to you, right? They are really targeted to your interests and to what you achieve with your project. And all the people that are there, they're commenting those posts and they are putting likes to these posts. They're probably hypothetical clients for you, because they have the same goals that you have. So you can even add those people, and you can just take a look at all the ads that you have on your newsfeed, and you can add people there. So there are many ways to add friends and then talk with them and realize if they are the right people to be in your group. So going back to the sale that you do inside the group, so I guess that do you promote just affiliate products, or you have even your own product, like your own online courses or something else?
Right now, we mainly promote affiliate products.
Right.
We actually have made our own program, but I only open it up to a small group of people. It's more of like a coaching program, but in terms of a wider mass of people, then it's going to be an affiliate offer.
Right. And sorry, I interrupted you. Go on.
No, it's okay. No. I'm just specifically with the affiliate product, specifically with the high ticket. Our first offer is always going to be high ticket, and that's what we've been doing over the past few months. Been helping people to get started with high ticket affiliate marketing, and just like how Evan mentioned, even the program that we launched recently, our own program, with the small group of people that we're working with, we are focusing on helping them to either to get started with the high ticket affiliate marketing properly, or to help them to get their first high ticket sales.
Right.
Because usually these people that we're working with, they already have a high ticket program, and they are just like what you were asking about the sales conversation. We talk to a lot of people, and seems that that's the main problem that people have struggle with, and that's something that we've been focusing on helping in our program. So yeah, just to add on to what he was saying. So
yeah, cool. And do you promote like once per week or once every month, or how do you do that?
So I think it's not like I don't really like drop posts. I mean, I do have these posts where I drop an offer. Maybe like, hey, so offer posts where, hey, drop a hashtag bot to get this specific offer. But in terms of a high ticket, mainly everything happens in the conversations part.
I see.
And we're very organized with our messenger. Like I know, okay, this person, I sent them this, or we have tools to do that. But then, I know this person's like a warmer lead or a hotter lead based off the conversations, and we follow up with them. We follow with them, and we transition to talk about objections, maybe some of the things that they might be struggling, like they might be uncertain about, and then through that process we will close them on the high ticket.
Nice. Okay. All right. I didn't consider this. I'm running my Facebook group, but I'm doing everything on the group. So if I do a launch, I do the launch on the group, I create posts and blah, blah, blah. But I never done the sale. I never talk or chat with the person and trying to promote something. And this is a new point of view that I didn't have before. So it's really smart. And how do you drive this conversation?
I think number one thing you have to, the thing that we talked about was leading with the high ticket. That is really, really, really important, because you don't want to spend, first of all, you have to understand that, especially if you're leveraging Messenger, the amount of time you talk to someone that to sell a low ticket and a high ticket is actually very similar. Very, very similar. Surprisingly, it's very similar. You think that low ticket is very automated. It's very easy to sell, but it's not. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes, I try spending, hours trying to convince someone to buy a $7 product, and that person still didn't buy, right? So it's very weird. So I think number one, you have to have a high ticket. That is the best way to match this organic method that we're doing. And in terms of the process of doing, I think Eugene can dive a little deeper into that.
Sorry, I missed you. What were you saying? The
the process of how we sell the high ticket in Messenger.
I mean, the thing is, everything we do, we always drive our leads back into our Facebook Messenger. Because we want to centralize everything in the Messenger, and that's where usually what happens is maybe we have usually what we do is set a little automated sequence, have them go through whatever that. Let's say, for example, usually. We're throwing some lead magnets where they be able to take a look. Let's say, for example, the resources, right? For example, a case study video or a blueprint that we make. So I have some sort of information about the specific program that to kind of get that person to understand a little bit more about it. So again, we don't want to be doing a lot of the explaining in the conversation. We really want to focus on just talk about sales. And because when you start explaining stuff to people, that's where it drives a lot of questions. And then we're spending a lot of time. They'll be asking a lot of questions for example, what is organic or blah, blah, blah. And so that's what we want to avoid. And so by doing that, people coming in, we're mostly dealing with people, we're having a conversation, already explain a little bit more about the program, how it's able to help them, and to really focus on killing their objections. And that's where after we feel that they're very interested, and then of course we have our own process of diagnosing our prospects. There's a way for us to be able to filter and see whether they're good fit or not. And we know that these people show, let's say this individuals show a very, very strong buying signal. That's where we wanted to kind of going from Messenger into hopping on a Zoom call, let's say, because we want to be able to have a very direct conversation with them, and we'll be able to dive a little bit deeper in terms of the program. Again, with the focus is always on the offer, and to really be able to answer any questions they might have regarding the program on the spot. And we have a pretty high conversion rate doing that, because again, these people coming in, they already have some sort of information, or just like what we were saying with the strategy that we're using when we're building the Facebook group, these people know who we are. They are considered warm prospect, and it makes it very easy too. Instead of trying to persuade a completely cold stranger or cold lead to buy from us, right? And that is something that we usually do, and then we have been really focusing on doing that, because that is where we get the money. This is the money part. So
really, really interesting. And I sure 100% that the people watching are super happy about all the advice that you gave, because it's really complete. You talk about everything from A to Z. And anyway, guys, if you still have questions, and if you want to ask anything to Ivan and Eugene, just write in the chat even after we finish this interview, and I'm sure that they can help you with all the questions. All right. So, what are the next plans in the future for you? What are you working on? What you want to do in the next months?
Next month until the end of 2020, number one, we want to hit 6 figures with affiliate marketing. Just to, we're on track to do that. We're pretty confident we can hit that. So 6 figures with affiliate marketing. Number 2 is we want to get our program, this coaching program. We actually want to make it a little more structured, get it actually launched up so that when people come into our group, they have a very systematic way to, maybe they can join like a specific. We want to have like a free course, so that they can come into our group. They get a lot of value through the free course. And then we have a very structured way to get them into our program if they feel like it's a good fit for them. Right. So we want to build a more systemized Facebook group in terms of the monetization part, and at the same time, we want to pump out tons of awesome content in there. So we're going to be very focused on our group, also our YouTube. That's something that we're very
for sure. Very focused on. I mean, recently we have kind of rebranded our channel a little bit more. We increased the quality. We actually hired an editor, a professional editor, to be editing our video for us. And again, because we started with YouTube, we know that it really helps with our branding, right? For example, for you as well, I'm sure like the audience, they follow your videos. That's what they love about your content, right? And that's what we want to be able to do too. And this is going to also help a lot with our Facebook group. Because a lot of times what we do is we always add a call to action. We get our viewers who watch our video to come and join our Facebook group. Like I always say, join the family. And again, using the power of cross promotion, and that has been really the 2 main platforms that we've been really, really focused on. And yeah, that is also the reason why we don't really do other platforms, not yet. But just Facebook and then YouTube alone has been able to help us build out the tribe that we wanted to build for our business.
Nice. I know you're gonna do a great job because with your group you did an amazing job. I mean, the Facebook group, in your group, and I love it. I really love it. There is a lot of engagement. It's really interesting, and I suggest everyone watching this to join Ivan and Eugene group because it's really the way you should run a Facebook group. It's really, really great. All right, guys, thank you very much for the interview. This was really, really great. I loved it. And I hope to have another interview in the future talking maybe about YouTube. Maybe you're going to have a great success. Probably you're going to have a great success on YouTube, and we can talk about that.
For sure. Thank you very much for having us on.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. It's been fun. It's been fun.
Bye, guys. Great. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.